Welcome to our Glamifornia virtual session. I just want to make sure we're on here. Sorry about that. So welcome to Glamifornia's virtual session. Today, we're going to be talking with Joelle and Luann, who will be featuring their favorite products and their best kept secrets and tips. Just before we start, I like to make sure everybody has their be on mute. We will talk for about 15 minutes, sharing our knowledge, and then afterwards I'll open it up for any questions and answers. If you have to pick off and get out early or leave the session, you can always follow us on our Glamifornia YouTube session, where you will be able to see all the clips that we do each week and all the ideas that Glamifornia has to share. Our intention for doing a Glamifornia virtual session is to share our knowledge and ideas and to help you, the client, better be able to create your style in your own environment. And now today, this is becoming more and more important with the climate that we're actually in. So dancing with hair is what I coin or call the way we blow dry or we style hair. It isn't a technique that you can learn in a one-time session. It isn't just even something that you can learn in a 10-month course. It's a passion and a skill that comes together through experience, passion, and repetition. So dancing with hair is just like that. It's a repetition motion that you feel and you move together. It's how your hands and the blow dryer works with different techniques, different styling methods to create bouncy, fluffy hair, to use your round brush and do repetitive motions over and over. It's something that comes from within, along with some skills and techniques. And throughout the course of these sessions, you will pick up different ideas that will help you better become that artist or that talent in your own home. And who doesn't want to always look good? It's important, because if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you look good. And if you are enjoying doing your hair, and if you enjoy styling and adorning yourself, no matter what, you're gonna look fabulous. And that's what Glamifornia is about. California glamour, beauty, wellness, merging with art and fashion. We thank you for joining our virtual sessions. We will always be here to share our tips and techniques and our favorite products, so it can make life a lot easier for you to know what to purchase and to what to buy and what new things that you need to adapt into your regime on a daily basis. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce one of our artists who is part of the Glamifornia network. Luann and I have worked together for many years. She's talented, she's skilled, she works in Beverly Hills at a very high-end salon. She collaborates with all the Glamifornia networks in creating new ideas and doing our weddings and doing a lot of our editorial work. So I'm going to pass you over to Luann, and she's going to share with you how the preparing of the hair is so extremely important. Some of her favorites. So welcome, Luann.
Hi, how is everybody? I hope everybody's well out there. I'm so honored to be on the panel today because I have nothing but the utmost respect for Terah. I love Terah Tips. It's such a great thing for everyone to tune into, and I can't wait for more people to find out about this, because we're here to help you. And we're here to get through a lot of the noise of all the products that are out there. I mean, it's so confusing for people, like what mask, what clarifier, what shampoo, what conditioner. So we're going to keep it simple today because, like Terah said, too much information is just too much. So I'm really going to talk about prepping your scalp and hair and what mask to be using. People ask me often. The good thing about us being closed down right now is that the questions that are coming in you can really start to get a pattern of what people are looking for and what they need. And I find that a lot of people are really looking for what is the right product that they're supposed to use, and especially for masking. Now, I'm not here to sell you anything today at all. I'm just here to give you some of my favorites. And then if you want to contact Glamifornia after to find out how to get them, that's what we'll do for you, and we'll help you get these products. But the main thing that I want to share today is how to prep. One of the things is the scalp and the hair preparation and the cleansing, the deep cleansing that I don't think we really either understand or take the time to do. Now, scalp cleansing is something that is very essential to the whole overall look of your hair. Again, back to what Terah was saying about fluffy, pretty hair. If you have a buildup on your scalp, it's not going to be as voluminous and as pretty and shiny. It's going to have that dull kind of almost like a sebaceous buildup look, like almost like you didn't wash your hair and it's clean, right? So I feel like there's a product out there, it's Malibu, and it has a scalp cleanser. And you just literally follow the directions, you mix it with water, and you cleanse the scalp separately. And you just work on the scalp, okay? Then there are several clarifiers out there for clarifying hair. I'm not gonna get into brands, but if you're going to mask your hair, you need to have it prepped, because if it's going to take a mask in, it has to get all that buildup off. So buildup happens over time, whether you use a lot of product or not. And if you do use a lot of product, you're definitely going to have buildup. And perhaps you're using like a store-bought product that's maybe just kind of coating your hair. You need that coating off. So first cleanse the scalp, number one. Then clarify the hair, number two. Now, once you've done that, you don't need to shampoo again. You're going to get in there with your mask. Now, a mask is a very important thing because it does something different than a regular conditioner can do. Regular conditioners to make your hair easier to get through, easier to blow dry, give it a little bit of a moisture, but it's not going to get in there like a mask. A mask is more intense. This is called Rare Elements. I know the owner of this product, and I know what went into it to make it. And it's all natural products from all over the globe, but high-end all natural, like really quality. So if you're looking for a quality mask that you keep in your thing and you use, it depends how often you need it, but I would say if your hair is feeling really dry, you can use it once a week to start off, and then maybe every once 2 weeks. And it's so rich and creamy, you can't really tell, but it smells so good. I wish you could all smell it. And it's all natural fragrance. Okay. So, and at the Glamifornia Lounge, they're really into like natural and essential things. And so this works in with Terah's concept as well. So when you mask, you're gonna do your cleanser, your scalp. You're gonna do your clarifier. Now, you're gonna have towel dried hair. Only towel dry. Don't get it too dry, because then the mask, it's not gonna really, it's gonna be gross, you know? You want that fluidity in there, but not soaking wet, just towel dry. So now you're gonna take like a good amount, like more than a quarter, like more like a silver dollar at least, depending on how thick your hair is, depending on how dry your hair is, how much your hair, how long your hair is. You can tell if there's, make sure there's enough product everywhere. And don't just start it on the top. The problem is I feel like people don't get underneath. You want to go kind of section by section, get your underneath, get your mid shaft, get your front, get your pieces that you're always drying and always curling and all that heat damage. Make sure it gets really in there and work it a little bit. Because when I do treatments in the salon, I'm working it in, I'm massaging it in, I'm finessing it into the hair, you know? Use the heat of your palm, you know? Use your hands like Terah talks about. Your hands are your best tool ever. So you don't even really, you could comb it through after with a big wide tooth comb or a big wet brush, but you want to get it in here like what I'm doing, okay? Then, if you can, put it up in a clip, and if you have some sort of a plastic bag, that would be great, and then a towel. You want it to be like a moist heat. And also, if you're going to a spa, when we can go back to spas, it's great to do in the steam room, okay? Steam heat is really great for hair. And then give it like 20 minutes, at least. Rinse it out really, really well. And Joel and I were speaking about this, and he really made a good point. I'm going to give you credit on this, Joel, to rinse with cool water. Because if you rinse out a treatment with hot water, that's kind of taking it all out. You don't want that. You want to rinse it with cool. And then you can use an ice cube to just boom, 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 right over the shaft. And it closes that cuticle like nothing else. Now, it's going to feel good whether you dry it or not. But if you dry it, you'll really be able to see the shine you've gotten. And last point of all this, I know that everybody needs haircuts. And it's not going, a mask cannot repair damaged ends. So if you have like this much like split ends, the mask's not going to do it. What it's going to do is zone 1, 2, and like those very ends, you're going to have to get a trim eventually, but it can help. But it's going to help all of this. It's going to give you luster. It's going to give you shine. And after this session, if anybody has any questions for Terah or Joelle or I, we can recommend a specific conditioner. There's also masks that have, color in them now, like toning masks and all that. But that we're not going to get into too many specifics, but there are a lot of different masks available. Rare Elements is my favorite one for overall for everyone. They also have other products to go with this. There's a whole system. So if you're interested, you can also purchase this through Glamifornia. Again, it's an all-natural luxury brand, no sulfates, no parabens, no artificial colors, and it's really no artificial fragrance. And it's really a great product for people when you're wondering, what do I use? What do I use? So that's basically what I want to say. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you, Luann. We're going to save the questions till afterwards, after Joelle finishes, and then we can open it up so that we can stay within our time. Brilliant information for all of you who are listening. It's really wonderful in this time right now to hear the advice from the experts who are doing hair all day long, who have the fingers and the touch. And one thing that I pride myself at Glamifornia, all the artists are selected, and all the talent that works with Glamifornia have connected with very high-end manufacturing companies. We have a difference of knowing from touch what really works. And so I do love Rare Elements. Luann introduced it to me a couple of years ago. It's spot on, and she's an expert with all the products that they have. And I think the message today is to remember, staying along the theme of everything that we've been talking about, is preparing and prepping the hair. Prepare and prep the hair. And nothing beats a good haircut. So let's move on to go over to Joelle, and let's hear what Joelle's favorite tips are for today, or what he'd like to share with us that we can all take back to our homes. Joelle, please welcome. Joelle, too, is another artist that works with me at the Glamifornia Network. For those of you who don't know, Glamifornia Style Lounge is a boutique in Malibu where we do concierge services, we do editorial work, we do weddings, and nobody just comes in here and works only 5 days a week and does nothing else. Everybody who works with the network is multi-talented in the arena of beauty, wellness, art, and fashion. And they bring all those flavors to the picture, and that's what helps us to be, one of the best in our area, and to have the wealth of knowledge that we have. So Joelle, please share.
Thank you. As you said, my name is Joelle, and I want to share some styling tips with you today. I feel like a lot of us now are, at home bored, and we want to give ourselves a pick-me-up. So I wanted to talk about a way to curl your hair without using any heat. Now, I'm actually going to bring a model up. Come sit right here. And we actually did this a couple hours ago, and I actually did use my flat iron. But what I suggest with this look is to just braid your hair overnight. And actually, if you do French braids in your hair or different multiple braids, you can actually create curls. Now, remember, if we do one braid down the middle of your hair, that's going to create a very beachy wave, more of a wave rather than curl. If we have 3 braids, like one here, and one down the middle, that's going to be more like curls. And then if we do multiple above that, it's going to create a very crimped look. So it's something you can do before you go to bed, and just put a hair tie or a scrunchie in it. And then when you wake up, you can actually take it out, and it's going to give you a very...
Joelle, excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. Could you just turn her to the side so we can...
Yeah.
Yeah, just turn, yes, thank you, yes.
There we go.
That we can see how you braided that, thank you.
Yeah. So, and the braids can be a little bit messier. It doesn't have to be perfect, because when it's taken out like this, it's going to give you the texture. So I did 2 underneath, and her hair is pretty dense. So the more dense your hair, the more braids you're going to want. But this is just an example. So let's take this out. And also, it doesn't matter if you do over or under. I've done both. I usually do where the braid sits on top. Today, I actually did it where it was underneath. So we're going to turn her to the front. See how it gives just a kind of like sexy beachier wave?
Wow.
And like I said, I did use an iron today, but you actually don't have to if you do it overnight. But look at how cute that is. See?
That looks great.
So to clarify, Joelle, you use the iron a little bit to heat it up, but if you do the braid overnight, by sleeping on it, that's what tightens up the curl in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you...
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Yes.
Excuse me, I have a question. Joelle, did you use would you use a little bit of a product, or you don't want product? If you were to do it overnight, would you put a little product in there?
You can. I don't want your pillowcase or anything to get all, gunked up with anything. Because you're setting it so long for so many hours, you don't have to use any until the morning.
Okay.
And then in the morning, I would use flexible to firm hairspray and a dry shampoo. We actually have a really good dry shampoo at the lounge called Clean, which you could ask Terah about that later. But I'm going to demonstrate on how I want you guys to use it after the braid is down. So I want you to go in about 1-inch sections. And I want you to do just about the first inch to 2 inches, and just do little spritz from far away. And we're gonna rub it in. What I want to do is excite the body and volume in your hair, but that's it. One thing I will say is I see a lot of people using dry shampoo wrong, and they're using it from scalp to ends. And what they're doing is actually drying out their hair. So never, never, never use the scalp to ends at all. You need to actually be cleansing your hair. So that's another one of my tips. I actually knew a woman who had to have 12 inches 12 inches of her hair cut off just because she misused dry shampoo. So very scary.
Dry shampoo, to clarify, is a aerosol spray. So it's taking the product and it's putting in an aerosol so it can get throughout all the hair, and it does rough up the hair to help give it a little bit of grip and hold, and to help absorb excess oil in the hair. So it is wise to not overuse it, and even because of the aerosol that's in it. That looks great.
So cute. Smile. Okay. There, that's my look. I hope I gave you guys some tips and tricks today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joelle. Thank you.
Joelle, thank you for reminding us that the braid is such a great way to style your hair. Saves so much time, saves heat. I mean, it's incredible. And then you could, you reminded me just now, you could just switch up the braids, more braids, less braids, bigger braids, in braids, out braids for different looks. So thank you.
Yeah, that. Awesome.
And your model's beautiful too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She looks great. Well, I love that, Joelle. It's simple, it's effective, it's not complicated, and And again, it does follow the regime that we're saying is, you know, dance with your hair, play with your hair, do things with your hair. Don't be afraid of your hair. It's just another part of your daily adornment. And the more that we can share to our clients, all the little things that go on, the more they will become completely more comfortable. And that will also then, as they become styling their hair faster and easier and better, it allows us in our industry to expand and open up more of what else then can we do? What else can we do to drive the industry forward? So today, Glamifornia was about sharing the clarifying and the mask. And I love, you know, mask is so big, not only in the skin, but it's for the hair. And everybody wants to make sure their hair is in optimum condition. And I love the choice of technique that you choose, Joelle. How to, you know, simulate curly hair without using a hot tool. That's brilliant. It saves the integrity of the hair. It's fast, it's easy, and it's simple. So I think that concludes it for today. I am thanking both of the talent to be here, and stay tuned for us next Tuesday, Terah Tuesday, and we will be sharing more ideas for Mother's Day. We have a few little gifts that we want to talk about, and maybe Mother Day ideas for our mothers. So thank you all for coming to the Glamifornia virtual session, and we'll see you next Tuesday with Terah. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm going to stop recording.